Guys, it's Miss Landry again, and this is the last video for Mod 30. So we're going to look at the last two learning objectives. You should be able to identify pro-social modeling and anti-social modeling and how that affects our learning. And then also look at what happens when we view violent videos and what is known as the violence viewing effect. Okay, so we're going to look at this. It's all about, we've learned about observational learning, and now we're going to apply it to different situations. So let's just jump right in. All right, so pro-social. Pro means for. So these are behaviors that are positive and helpful. An example would be in a business, you're going to be asked to kind of follow along with a good salesperson or with someone who's been successful. So they want you to follow like their behaviors. In social situations, kindness begets kindness. I think we can all agree that most of what we watch on television is not pro-social, but I love this video. I will put the links in Edpuzzle for you. Definitely watch that video. It is 100% a pro-social message. The key to this whole thing is that words and behavior that match create stronger mirroring. So for example, if I tell my son that he needs to eat really healthy food and then I eat nothing but junk food, his mirroring is not going to be as strong as if I modeled that behavior. So the closer your actions and your words are, the stronger people will mirror your behavior. Antisocial is exactly what it says. It's anti-social. So this is the negative or the aggressive type of behavior. Sometimes in business, it might be like, I remember once I worked at a bank and there was a person who was quite successful in terms of money, but she was quite vicious. Like she would put people into credit cards they didn't ask for. And the business kind of wanted people to copy that because it was bringing them money. In terms of social behavior, that could be things like if you have abusive parents, you tend to be abusive. This is not true for all, as we've talked about previously. There is a lot of research that's showing that you can break that cycle, but for the most part, it does follow. Violent TV shows have shown to have, so if children watch nothing but violent TV shows, it has been shown that they have increased aggression as well as desensitization to negative and violent images. We see that a lot with video games as well. Now, I will tell you that I happen to be a big gamer. I actually think that there are some positives to video gaming. The desensitization, everybody says is negative, but maybe it's not. I don't know. We need to do a lot more research on this. There's some really good information over here, okay? So limited exposure to violent programs did reduce aggressive behavior. However, they found that kids who were watching violent cartoons had a 7-fold increase in violent play when they were playing. So for example, this video that you can see right here is Power Rangers. I happen to love Power Rangers. My kids all watch Power Rangers. My kids are not violent. But they definitely played as if they were Power Rangers. The desensitization means like if I'm seeing a lot of violence, when I then see it on TV or even in real life, it doesn't affect me as much. And so I'm desensitized to what it would do. So take a look at some of these things here. This is what we call the violent viewing effect. One of the things I definitely want to mention is people talk about how watching TV or playing video games is a bad thing. And it's not so much the games themselves, but it's what they're not doing in place of that. And that would be socializing. Although I know Discord and all that and Twitch. Yeah, I get it. But they're not outside. They're not getting exercise. And so it's more about the loss of that time. So I actually like video games. Here's another video clip that I'm going to put on Edpuzzle for you. These are cartoons I used to watch when I was a kid. This is Tom and Jerry, and they were actually quite violent. So take a look at this clip. It's short. Just watch the first few seconds of it, and I think you'll see what I mean by violent. What do you think about it? Do you think it would affect a child who's watching it? All right, so that is kind of it. Pro-social, anti-social. It's all about learning through observation. And I think that's it. So let's go over a couple of practice questions. The first one is Bandura's famous Bobo doll experiment is most closely associated with which of the following? Pause the video, answer the question. Okay, so the answer to this one I think we all know is E, observational learning. That one's pretty easy. Which of the following is the most likely consequence of the brain's tendency to vicariously experience something we observe? So here are the possibilities. Well, that's a good one. I don't know the answer to this one. Let's see. Confusion between no, actual physical injury, no. I would say probably B, but I will definitely give you the answer to that one. And then finally, when is pro-social modeling most effective? Is it when they act in a way consistent with the lesson? Is it when they verbally emphasize the lesson but act how they want? So do as I say, not as I do. Is it when the model is predisposed to the pro-social conduct? So or the observer has a close relationship with the model, or when the model is well known. And the answer to that one is A. So remember that the closer the action is, or let's say that I'm modeling for my son, the closer what I model is to what I say, the better their and stronger their mirroring will be. So the answer to that one is A. And then finally, you'll have a question, a place to put a text box, just a really short answer. Go ahead and answer these short answer questions. This is also on your worksheet, which is practice. So if you don't want to do it on Canvas, you can certainly do it on the worksheet. That's it for this video. Thanks, guys.